Read the cards.
Who the fuck said anything about cards? Welcome to Third Wheeln, guys.
Howdy.
Coming to you loud and proud from a house somewhere in western Wisconsin. I'm Ken.
Too detailed.
And I'm Kiki.
I'm Alec.
Or Caitlin.
I'm Alec.
Or Maple Drop. Anyway, it seems like it's been forever since we've been talking to you guys, which it has. It's been about a week since we actually just got too crazy last week.
Again.
Homework.
Crazy.
Homework and traveling. But
crazy every week.
We are back with an awesome, new, fun topic for you guys that you will hopefully enjoy. Tonight we are talking about SCPs.
Secure, contain, protect.
Or secure containment procedures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah.
Cool.
Suck my dick. Anyway.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, going with the theme of doing a serious topic and then doing a more lighthearted one. This is our more lighthearted topic for this week. And Alec and I have been corresponding and figuring out what SCPs we want to do. And by corresponding, I mean talking like 5 minutes before we decided to record. And
you had it ready for a while, actually.
Did I really? Because I
mean,
oh, well,
you have your favorite SCPs, and you just kind of bring them to the table.
That's
I feel
very true.
like.
That's true.
Like
I do.
Ken's and I know we have set SCPs we like. Caitlin, on the other hand, is like, what's an SCP?
I've heard of them before. I just didn't know that's what it was called because Alec randomly reads them to me in the middle of the night or when we're taking long strolls to the park. So, you know.
How do you romance a woman? Step 1. Go on an internet blog and read SCPs.
Well, you know, once you hit that, 5-year mark, it's all downhill from there, apparently.
You have to find out ways to make your relationship fun. I don't know.
I was gonna say, spice it up in the bedroom. Pretend to be an SCP. What are you? Don't blink or I'll break your neck.
Oh
is that too far or is that too good?
See, I didn't even know.
Okay,
I didn't even know Alec knew about SCPs until we played Gary's mod once, and then we discovered this weird add-on that you could get. Yeah. I thought that was his first inclination to them, but I guess you've known about them for a while, which makes sense.
Hell yeah!
Seriously, I'd be sitting in a room and he's just playing alone on the computer, and then all of a sudden he'll start reading an SCP, and I'm like, "Wait, are you talking to me? Are you reading something to me? Where is this coming from?" So it's nice to know to put a name to what he's doing.
Exactly. Instead of just saying weird shit.
Exactly.
He's not schizophrenic. It's fine.
I can look it up and now say weird shit back to him.
There you go. Exactly. So, first of all, like we always do, how have your guys' weeks been? Because mine has been pretty okay. I mean...
It's been okay. Work is starting to slowly build up.
Yeah.
I'm starting to actually get a real taste of the year for school, so...
That's very true. I am too, for sure.
I know this week it's been really good for you.
Yeah, I'm in my capstone sequence.
It's been for me.
Yeah.
So basically what that means is that I'm working on my senior thesis, basically, which will be one part of many parts that will help me graduate. And I wasn't able to use a manuscript collection before, but most recently I've been able to work with the museum that has the collection in their archives, and they were like, yes, that's fine, we'll just have you sign something later, you can come in and check that out. So that's what I did today, and that was really fun. I learned about the 1911 tuberculosis epidemic that struck Eau Claire, so that was very interesting. Kind of sad, but still very interesting.
It's cool when you can...
I was going to say, you're working in a museum, you move beyond the point where you're like, oh, people actually work in museums? It's not just for a place to kids to go and touch the glass that they're not supposed to?
Yeah. Basically, I was thinking about that the other night. I was like, wow, I'm actually a historian. This is what I would do if I actually had a job. So
amazing feeling.
Yes.
But I think it's really cool that, learning about tuberculosis, bringing it home to, where you are, locally, how it's affected, where you've lived. I think that's really cool because I know it was, an epidemic, nationally during that time period, but knowing what actually happened here where we are.
Right? Yeah, when it crossed my path, my professor told me about it. I was like, yes, let's go. I'm so ready for that. Let's do it. And it's been great so far. I found a lot of stuff, and it's interesting to know that it struck so close to where we're actually living right now.
Like that one building that we visited a few weeks
exactly.
ago.
Like the sanatorium, the old sanatorium and stuff. So, it's
It's
very close to home. Very interesting. Eau Claire is definitely more interesting than I thought it was before. So.
But you said it was burned 3 Or it's burned
down 3 times. There's no...
For that, okay.
I don't think there's any record of people actually dying in the building, but, like, it's still interesting to know that it burned down 3 times, you know?
So maybe kind of spooky.
A little spooky.
Not spooky enough. Burned down a 4th time, I might be a little spooked.
That's what Alec would say. Only 4 times can it be scary.
When there's a proper amount of fertilizer underneath the building, may it be spooky.
I mean,
human
it's Wisconsin,
fertilizer.
You know?
Yeah, it's mostly wood foundation burned down
Maybe
there.
some cow dung, I don't know. It's Wisconsin, it's land.
Toxic, like, insulation. Yeah.
Yeah. Asbestos. Ooh.
How are you, Alec? How was your weekend? Or week?
Good.
It's the weekend now, but...
I mean, overall, these past, like, year and a half, like, my junior and senior years so far through college, like, I guess I've been naturally gifted as, like, a math kid that I, like, never really had to work hard, I guess, to learn it. So lay on the hate now about that, but...
Fuck you.
Yeah, I know, just lay on the hate. But now, like, on these upper level, like, math, like, abstract algebra, linear analysis kind of thing, like, proven calculus, like, there's been the moments in my life where it's like, I need to read the book more. It's like doing that homework, like, it'll take me about hour and a half. Nah, it takes you about 8 hours.
But isn't it, like, gratifying to know that you're able to do it after you get it done?
You get down, yeah, no, I like going to work and just be like, oh, yeah, like, let's talk about, like, limits and what the technical definition is. And just, like, 2-year-olds, like, look at me, like, all this other things, like, teachers look at me, and, yeah.
Is it nice, though? Because I know, like, you just speed through the work, like, so fast, like, for as long as I known you. And now, like, you're being more challenged.
You're challenged.
Oh, yeah, no.
Is that...
Once it's super gratifying.
Okay.
Because now I know people who are still, it's super easy to them, like, freshmen in college coming in who's already, like, passed the classes, actually my TA. And he's a sophomore now. But he's already passed my class as a freshman. He's my TA now. It's a senior level course.
What the frick?
Yeah, I know. It's those kids like that's like... He's going to do some great things one day. Maybe. I'm work hard at this now, so I'm good at computers later.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say something else.
Child prodigy, screw them. Is that what we're going at? Because I felt some legitimate hate for them. But it's okay.
No, I don't think so. I remember when you told me about, I think it was maybe last year or 2 years ago, you told me about like how in your algebra class you were talking about you used all of the different, what are they called? Like letters in the alphabet, so you had to start using Greek letters in the alphabet, and I was like,
Once you start getting up to like linear algebra, you'll start to realize like you've gone through calculus 1 through 3, and you've realized we've used every letter of the like Latin language. Yeah. So it's like one of those things like we need to start using Greek. Bring in alpha, bring in beta.
We're bigger than the alphabet. Just want to let you know.
And then that's how you prove things work by using letters. You just don't even use numbers anymore.
Especially in linear algebra, because you end up getting matrices. Like, we're just going to call this A sub 1-1. A sub 1-1-2. It's just like, let's just start tacking things on. It's good fun. Math is fun.
I don't even know what that sentence was, but okay. What about you, Caitlin? How has your week been?
Actually not too crazy. Or weird or anything like that. It's just... more homework, more things added to
so
my
you're living a normal life while we're just being crazy.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's nice that I hate that there's more, but it's nice that I'm starting to get like fully immersed in what
you want to do with
exactly.
The rest of your life. Yeah, I feel that.
I kind of appreciate it, but hate it at the same time. So, but honestly, I'm more excited to go to school than work, and that's a good sign. That means I'm on the right path, right?
Right?
So,
yeah. I feel that too. Like, I'm very excited to go to class and, like, learn new things. Especially our CS class. It's been really interesting.
My CS class, and then, like, my graphic design. What was that noise?
It was the garage door.
Oh, okay.
People are
scary. I thought the house was coming alive.
I thought there was a demon.
Or that.
2 different kinds of
demons.
But, like, I'm taking a graphic design history class.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know why, but I get so giddy before going into that classroom, and I sit down, and I'm like, all excited.
Clapping your fingertips.
I am.
Yes.
I would. Except for the people around me are like, oh my God, this class again, I'm going to fall asleep. And I'm like in my like seat going, oh my God, I can't wait to hear what's next. Like, tell me more. And it just makes me so excited. So I haven't felt that way in a long time about school. So it's a nice feeling. It makes me want to work and do well at my work.
Yes.
So good week, yes.
All right. So after introductions and our little preview into our weeks, into our lives for you guys, let's get into SCPs.
In an attempt to keep this structured, introductions followed by subject of matter.
Because, that's how you do things, right?
Oh, yeah.
The right way.
All right, Alec, do you want to start with your favorite SCP?
It's not my favorite, because the favorite's going to be hidden for a while. But it's definitely, I found to be a great introductory one, because SCP-1, we all wait to be declassified, because if you're a fan of SCPs and all this jazz, the 1 is going to be classified. It's never going to become declassified, it's classified. Not for our peering eyes.
Should we tell them more about the Foundation? Maybe.
Possibly.
I'll do a quick run through. Basically, it's a shadow organization. It's, higher up than all governments. They secure, contain, and protect various objects, beings that could be dangerous to humans.
Or beneficial.
Or beneficial. Because, sometimes most governments don't want their people to have access to those kinds of things. So, think of, the Men in Black, or,
Pretty cool dudes.
I don't even know.
I don't know. They're kind of like a benevolent sort of, Shadow Foundation, though, because they kind of sound
compared to most, yeah.
Yeah, because they have a good message behind them. It's we shouldn't destroy the things we don't know. Instead, we should, I guess, try and contain them and learn about them safely.
Like an experiment almost, or
Safely.
Safely.
Send a bunch of, random criminals to their
Class
deaths.
D personnel, thank
this
you.
Doesn't
they're
affect
not
me
well,
personally,
they are criminals until they finish their sentence as Class D personnel, and then they're free.
Okay.
Most of them don't make it. All right, going in, SCP-2. SCP-2 is to remain connected to a suitable power... Oh, I should give its name. It's called the room. Not like the room and that, but it's like the living room, sort of a thing. So it's called SCP-2, and this is its special containment procedure. So how you contain it is it's to remain connected to a suitable power supply at all times, to keep it in what appears to be a recharging mode. In case of electrical outage, the emergency barrier between the object and the facility is to be closed, and the immediate area evacuated. Once facility power is reestablished, alternating bursts of X-ray and ultraviolet light must strobe the area until SCP-2 is reaffixed to the power supply and returned to recharging mode. To me, that just sounds like you're just strobing it with lights. That must be great to be in the room with it while you're trying to... It's like you're just reconnecting the power supply in a strobe. Just, and you get a good tan out of the deal. But
yeah.
And disinfected and everything.
Yep.
Very clean.
Oh, yeah. But the containment area is to be kept at negative air pressure at all times. Teams including a minimum of 2 members are required within 20 meters of SCP-2 or its containment area. Personnel should maintain physical contact with one another at all times to confirm there is another person present.
So you gotta hold hands.
You gotta hold hands. Find your partner on the school bus kind of a thing. Where are we? We're going on a field trip. We're gonna visit a museum. Ken's museum.
So buddy
system. Hold her hand.
Ooh,
Jesus.
Ken's. Buddy system
we'll be
here.
safe in the room.
You're very warm right now.
It's because of the alcohol.
It's gonna go through. They have a bunch of security on who's allowed to visit the... Yeah.
I don't know. I like this. I don't know if I should
let go of each other's hands.
3,
let go.
2, 1.
The hell? Let go.
2, 1. Ah.
You're okay.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
But yeah, no. Essentially, your main hands. If you get your perspective starts to skew, you should probably leave the object. And so we're gonna move on to the description because I don't want to go through you should be a level 5 personnel before you enter, or authorized level 4 to enter.
I mean, nobody knows what that is.
Yeah, no. But SCP-2 resembles a tumorous fleshy growth with a volume of roughly 60 cubic meters.
Oh, gross.
Yes.
Is it floating?
No, it's not floating. It's on the floor.
Okay. Just a weird mass of flesh.
It has an iron valve hatch on the side. And the fun thing about it is once you enter it, it looks to appear as a roomy, single bedroom apartment. Yes. In which it has other furniture. It has other furnishing. It has a window, which you can't see from the outside of its fleshy, girthy mass. It looks like a tumorous growth. It's
THICC, thick mass.
Thick mass.
Coming soon to theaters near you.
But yeah.
Thick mass.
But the fun thing about it is you look close on its furniture. Because that's furniture inside. It's a furnished apartment. And it appears to be of sculpted bone, woven hair, and other various biological substances produced by a body.
Okay then.
Which might explain why you have to hold hands when you go in there. You don't want the girth eating you.
Yeah. I'm wondering, is it about the same size as your, former apartment, or, bigger?
I imagine it's a little bigger since it says roomy.
So it actually has a full sink.
It probably has a good sink.
Ouch, Kens.
You know what? And probably when you run it, it probably runs blood. I don't freaking know.
Probably.
I don't think it's hooked up to the city sewer.
Or urine? No.
Urine. Some body fluids. But yeah, some fun things about it. And through its time, it says the facility and other... Because it's had 7 personnel have disappeared in it.
Lovely.
So, it also had some new furniture appear in it as well. So it has 2 new lamps, a throw rug, a television. I'd like to be turned into a television. A radio, a beanbag chair. Imagine what that beanbag chair is filled with.
I would love to be a beanbag chair.
Beans.
3 books in an
Beans.
unknown language, and 4 children's toes, and a small potted plant, like our new pet cactus Duncan.
I love it.
Duncan.
So, here's my question for you after leave, because that's pretty much it for this SCP. But what kind of furniture would you like to be turned into?
A lava lamp.
A lava lamp. Lava lamp, Kent, with a little
That's
brain
good.
matter floating around in it.
Yes, lava lamp. What
That's
about you,
pretty
Caitlin? What would you like to be?
Lazy boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like reclining chair, honestly. That's what I would be.
What about you, Alec?
I'd like to be a toaster.
Oh,
Like the brave little toaster. Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Ching.
Yeah, just
Oh, look at
just
toast.
freaking printing pictures of Jesus on the side of the toast.
Or like that one video, that woman, like, yeah, our toaster's possessed, but at the end of the day, it makes good toast, even while it has like Satan's lips,
That
like
was
Satan
really
lips
good.
carved into it.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, oh my god. Okay.
All right, Kent, bring us on the pain.
This is SCP-1861. Object Class. Keter.
Oh, Peter. That's
Special
not safe.
containment procedures. If a manifestation of SCP-1861 is reported, task force agents from the nearest Foundation outpost are to reroute traffic away from the affected area and prevent civilian interaction with SCP-1861-B instances. A separate team must be deployed with a specific task of locating and preventing access to SCP-161-A, as SCP-1861-B instances,
There's so many instances of this dude.
cannot be destroyed with brute force. Diplomatic means of preventing civilian abduction should be undertaken if at all possible.
So you gotta negotiate with it.
Yeah, you gotta negotiate with this fucking weird thing. Anyway, Foundation misinformation agents positioned in local areas, sources, and weather monitoring sites are to attribute SCP-1861 to irregularities in air pressure and large quantities of dust present in stormwater. Civilians who enter SCP-1861-A are to be declared legally dead, with causes of death attributed to common inclement weather accidents.
Like heart attack? Or like lightning strike? Is that what it means
Lightning
by
strokes, probably.
Alright.
Anyway, okay, so description.
Lightning.
SCP-1861 is an anomalous meteorological phenomenon characterized by heavy precipitation and fog composed of salt water, human blood, and human cerebral spinal fluid.
Oh my god.
SCP-1861
That's
manifestations are unpredictable, appearing spontaneously and with no regard to an affected area's natural climate or weather patterns. So basically, it could just show up in the middle of the desert.
I enjoy that. Like, people
God.
are sitting in the desert. Please let it rain. I need to get water. I'm dying.
this freaking
Anyway.
Blood and cerebral spinal fluid falls instead.
I mean, if
That's the biggest slap in the
If
face.
I had nothing, I would take some of that for myself.
Now,
Okay then.
Sorry.
Manifestations typically occur once every 3 to 6 months and have been recorded occurring in numerous regions, across the world. Historical records have confirmed that SCP-1861 has existed since as early as the year 1916. The size of the area covered by 1861 varies from instance to instance, with large recorded affected areas measuring approximately 5,000 kilometers squared.
Jesus.
Aside from its manifestation, composition, and apparent connection to SCP-1861-A, SCP-1861 displays no additional extranormal properties. SCP-1861-A is a single underwater marine vessel that closely resembles a B-class boat used by the British Royal Navy in World War I.
Oh.
During each SCP-1861 manifestation, SCP-1861-A will attempt to surface in a body of water that is large enough to contain its full mass. Both natural and man-made bodies of water have hosted manifestations of SCP-1861-A. If no body of water is large enough to contain the entirety of SCP-1861-A, SCP-61-A will surface in any collection of water with a surface area large enough to encompass it.
I like it.
So our local
hold on.
pool.
It keeps going. Yeah, our local pool. SCP-1861-B are humanoid entities that emerge from SCP-1861-A during the phenomenon.
They're scallywags.
SCP-B are dressed in full-body suits resembling deep-sea diving gear, although no discernible source of air supply. There's no source of air supply. Instances of SCP-1861 are uniform in size and possess speed and strength typical of an adult human male. Although most instances are sapient and capable of speech, approximately 9% possess limited intelligence and are only sentient. Instances that are incapable of verbal communication may have been recorded making vocalizations similar to the cries of domestic felines, canines, and human infants. The diving gear worn by 1861-B instances are anomalously durable and cannot be removed except by the instance of presently wearing it. If an instance of SCP-1861-B encounters a human subject, it will attempt to persuade the subject into entering the submarine, claiming that this action should be in the subject's best interest. Subjects who refuse may or may not be forcibly taken, depending on the temperament of 1861-B.
Depending on whether or not it's happy or sad that morning.
Whether it has the consciousness of a cat or a human.
Whether or not they freaking ate bacon for breakfast or ate, burnt toast.
Exactly. Human subjects lured into SCP-1861-A will reemerge during subsequent manifestations as 1861-B instances. If 1861-B instances are taken outside of the affected area, it will begin to experience accelerated fatigue and lose consciousness, becoming apparently inert and reintroduced into, unless it's reintroduced into 1861. After a manifestation of SCP-1861 has ended, 1861-A will disappear along with any remaining instances of 1861-B. Additionally, blood, cerebrospinal fluid, and salt water left by 1861 will instantly convert into normal rainwater.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm starting to think of this I thought initially, why the hell would anyone enter a submarine just because a man wearing a funny suit approached your door?
I would definitely go the opposite way.
Yeah, but then I considered...
Of course,
you gotta think about the idea.
Of course you would.
Because I had an issue with you, Caitlin, why would anyone do that? But then I thought, it's raining blood and cerebral spinal fluid from the sky. I'd be like, some judicial crap is happening right now. I'm going with whoever tells me what to do next. I do not want responsibility for my own actions anymore.
See, I would, one way I'd run the opposite way, or I would be like, well, this shit's already happening, so it can only get better if I just, follow whoever's in charge or knows what the hell is going on.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think...
I like
how it depends on where you are.
I enjoy how that's not even something they contain. It's just kind of like a strike team of just people.
It just kind of happens every so often. We're just kind of shit. Okay, I guess we gotta go deal with it.
Jesus, gotta send up the cleanup squad. I'd hate to be part of that cleanup squad, because by then the people that regularly deal with this thing would probably be tired. Oh, hi Jeff. Oh, I'm here gonna ask people if they want to go to my submarine. No, Jeff, don't do that. Okay, I guess
Get some help.
I'll leave this village alone, but the village next door, no, Jeff. Please stop. I'm gonna go try that village. Jeff, I'm going. Jeff, don't run.
Stop it. Oh, shit. Okay.
Now I gotta chase him.
Guys.
If you guys would like to read more, there's various interview logs. Basically, they're just stories that people have written as, extra add-ons to the wiki. So, there's add-ons that you can read that are very interesting.
Surveillance.
Yeah, surveillance instances, or, people that have actually... encountered them, stuff like that. So
cool.
Strange man pounded on my door.
SCP Wiki is very cool.
Oh yeah, it's a cool place.
Fun website.
All right, you go ahead.
All right, I got one. 226. It's a lot less intense than the last two. A lot less large, because it can be kept in a small lock cabinet. That's all you really need to do.
Okay.
I tell you what, it's a board game. Pretty much, it looks like.
Is it Jumanji?
No, it's not Jumanji. It's a small cardboard box that's 30 by 20 by 4 centimeters. Its lid fits on nice. It has fear etched in the top right corner of it in white letters in all black box. Fear. Yep, nope. And so whoever opens it, though, it aligns itself with you. So, you open it crooked, it'll, turn and look towards you. When you
so it's a Ouija board.
It's not a Ouija board.
Ouija board / Jumanji.
That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, keep going.
But yeah. So, SCP-226 aligns itself with whoever initially opens the box. When open the pieces, because it has pieces inside, change design and then oh god. The pieces change design, and the completed image will show what the person has discovered to be the greatest fear of the person who it's aligned to.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yep, the images on the pieces do not change, so it's very creative with how to arrange these, because there's like the pieces have certain images on them. Well, not like a ghost, a spooky house kind of thing, but it'll arrange them to the sense in the way it like represents your worst fear.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. So what I want to ask you guys, what do you think it would look for you guys? I'll give you some examples real quick while you guys think. Brain blast. But it has some people, the instances that people have seen them, they've seen a bloated corpse sinking underwater, a set of gallows with several nooses attached, a person screaming with hundreds of spiders, small spiders, not big spiders, crawling out of their mouth, a darkened window with a mutilated hand scraping across it.
Sixth Sense.
Yep. A human figure completely covered in various insects such as bees.
Ooh.
Question mark.
The bees.
Dr. B.
There's only
Not
solved
the
with
bees.
bees. No. In the cross section of a coffin buried in dirt with the person inside slamming her fist on the inside of the lid. So what would you guys see?
Probably the last one, honestly.
Buried alive?
Buried alive or like dying too soon, yeah.
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 Not clowns or anything. No, we're not that cool.
No, I'd probably be like locked in a dryer.
Sorry,
that'd be pretty bad.
Can I just say something really quick?
Tumbled to death while being burned.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So ever since we watched it, I'm not really freaked out, but every time I go into my basement to do laundry, I was freaked out in my basement before, but now I keep checking over my shoulder. I'm like, is there a fucking clown there?
So I was in the archives today, right, of this museum, and like the lights turned off randomly, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is my life now. I'm gonna have to run from a fucking headless child. Okay.
True.
All right.
Because everyone knows, fun fact, all museums are haunted. Enjoy.
I'm just going to close the blinds. Really.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I keep looking over, expecting something.
I know. I'm okay now. We're good. I can concentrate.
Alright. And one of the things I kept from you guys was that SCP-682 was also something they saw. So that'll be my next share, 682. Okay. We're going to go down this tunnel.
Ooh.
Oh.
Should we do a bathroom break?
Yeah, let's go to the bathroom break. Let's do it. All right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Quit apologizing and go. And we're back. We did it. Bathroom break is over.
Yas. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's cool.
Okay, so you mentioned that your SCP, people have seen instances of another SCP.
Yep, no, not going into that guy yet. But yeah, that's why I'll go over how this guy was found.
Okay, go for it.
SCP-682 was the one they saw. But yes, in order to get this thing to unalign with you, because it'd keep haunting you if you didn't align it, because it shows you your worst fear,
like a Ouija board.
Is you have to solve the puzzle of your worst fear on the board, just like a jigsaw puzzle kind of thing, the way as I'm seeing.
Interesting.
And then its box lid, wherever you put it, will flat. And like as it flies up, like the pieces will dissolve into the board, and the lid will cover it, and you're done. Then the next person who opens it, it aligns itself with them. So
how'd they find it?
They found it in a cave, and essentially the small task force is found on a stone table, and the man who found it stabbed 6 people to death. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he went kind of nuts.
Okay, so like they found it in a cave somewhere. It kind of sounds like Jumanji.
We keep going back to Jumanji.
It was a tunnel.
Or Ouija board.
Let me clarify. It's a tunnel underneath a church.
That's really creepy.
Kinda,
a weird like stone like altar, and there's just a weird board game there.
Probably sacrificed a baby or two.
Do you think it's made by Hasbro?
Of course. Or Gamco. One of those sweet gaming companies. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear about how that all goes down the rabbit hole to other SCPs.
Hell yeah.
But I'll go next.
Also,
you ready for this?
Ready as ever.
SCP-1867. As you can see, I love the 1800s SCPs. This one's very fun. Its object class is safe.
Oh,
special containment procedures. SCP-1867 is to be kept in a 40 by 70 by 30 centimeter aquatic specimen tank. No additional security measures are necessary. 1867's environment and the care thereof are identical to that of a non-anomalous members of the species. Recovered items related to SCP-1867 are to be placed in a secure storage vault 16. Access to these items and to 1867 itself is with permission of the appropriate level 2 staff member.
Oh, level 2?
Yes.
Weak punks.
In 2012, 1867 has requested access to a selection of novels in nature journals. Request was denied. Description.
Sorry.
God dang, no zoo books for you.
I just love my zoo books.
$10 a year? Can't afford that.
Nope.
SCP-1867 is a nudibranch of the specimen Nimbrotha kubarina,
Ooh.
a variable neon slug, measuring 11.7 centimeters, 4.6 inches.
Almost a foot.
In length. There
Hardly
are
a
no
foot.
physical differences
Whatever.
between 1867 and any other member of its species.
Oh.
1867 is sapient and capable of telepathic communication with individuals within 5 meters.
I'd love to have telepathic communication with a retro slug.
Yas. Anyway,
Tell me about your dankness.
it identifies itself as Lord Theodore Thomas Blackwood,
Oh.
a British explorer and naturalist. No such individual appears in any municipal records. 1867 speaks with terminology and style appropriate of the late 19th century England, and is generally friendly and cooperative with researchers. 1867 makes repeated claims of past exploits and accomplishments, including including service in the Second Opium War, expeditions to remote regions of the world, and encounters with various rare creatures and peoples. Despite the questionable validity. Excuse me. Wow. Okay.
You got this.
Excuse me. The validity of many of these claims, 1861 has shown in-depth knowledge of geography, zoology, botany, archaeology, and anthropology, as well as linguistics related to its claims regions of exploration,
Nice.
as well as more esoteric fields such as obscure mythology, mysticism, and cryptozoology. However,
Cryptozoology?
yeah, like studying Bigfoot and shit.
Oh.
I
I
wish
was
that
thinking
was
like
a.
cryptology, like the study of like codes and stuff. Like
I wish that was a thing in college. You could just take a class on
And
that.
study Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I wish.
and
Unfortunately not.
and telepathic slugs.
Yeah.
I'd love to study.
I would
telepathic.
totally love to have a conversation with Lord Blackwood. I don't know about you. Anyway, however,
Blackwood.
SCP-1867 does not seem to realize or willfully ignores any events of information dating after approximately 1910.
Just
Alright.
freaking
One
ignores it blatantly. The queen didn't die? You kidding me?
Go fuck yourself.
Please.
When requested to give proof of its exploits, 1867 provided an address near blank, which is redacted, England, claiming that it would be more than willing to donate its collection. Investigation of the address led to a cottage owned by one Mrs. Redacted, who claimed to be keeping the house for Lord Blackwood, so probably like a maid or something. Further questioning failed to reveal any details of SCP-1867's nature or origins beyond that information 1867 had already provided Miss Blank died of heart failure 5 days after Foundation agents began investigation.
Did they ask her, is Lord Blackwood a human? And if she answers yes, you kill her.
Yes. That's basically,
He
that's
is-
probably what they did. They're
he is
probably just
retro
like,
slug.
you know too much.
Da bitch.
Pop, pop.
No, he's a slug. Oh.
That's not true. Go fuck yourself.
So the British agents.
Investigation of the cottage revealed an underground vault containing over 3,000 artifacts, zoological and botanical specimens.
Zoo books?
Excuse me.
Just loaded full
There's
of
just a
zoo
lot of
books.
zoo
books.
He's been prescribed since they started.
So there is over 1,000 artifacts. There is a library containing over 5,000 items, mostly zoo books, JK,
Good old
Most
dusty
likely zoo
zoo
books.
books.
and a functioning, if outdated, laboratory. All materials within the collection were removed and relocated to the Foundation over a course of 3 weeks. So there's they have a whole entire list of what was in the collection. Most of them are unknown things that they can't explain.
Is it like a nose pipe? Like Caitlin and I learned about yesterday.
What the fuck is a nose pipe?
It's an old fashioned way that
so good.
it's I think it was either Native
What were we watching on?
it was in the Caribbean. I think they discovered it. It was
No, but
Cracked. It was a YouTube channel.
Yeah, crack the
But
YouTube.
it's essentially a pipe, and you put tobacco, old tobacco, tobacco nowadays. Tobacco plants have 2.5% nicotine. These have 8%. they mess you up. But essentially it's a pipe that goes into your nose. They have to squeeze together.
It looks like a wishbone.
And then
Okay.
you put the freaking like the tobacco on the other end. You light it. You just huff it through your nose.
And
Sounds like a great time.
Because it gets closer to your brain faster. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, the people
It's straight on the mucous
back in
membranes.
ancient times, they know how to party. So I mean,
They do. They really do.
but they also are very much more responsible with their drugs, where we as are not.
They use it like
Lord-
ceremoniously,
Or
you
like,
know, like
only very.
not
rarely.
every day. Like,
Yeah.
Which
oh,
begs
I'm
the question.
stressed. I'm gonna go.
Yes. Okay.
It begs the
sip.
question though: is this Lord Blackwood? Is he like an opium addict or something?
Well, he's a fucking sea slug, so I don't know.
Oh, true.
Possibilities there.
But I'm wondering, okay, so if this guy was a botanist, a cryptozoologist and stuff, how did he become to be a sea slug? Has he always been a sea
I
slug?
feel like they're not asking
or
the
was
right
he
questions.
turned into a sea slug?
I feel like they're not asking the right questions.
This is my question, not theirs.
I know, but I feel as though the people at SCP, they're not asking the right questions.
they
What do you
ask
think,
questions?
Kens?
I
I
think
think
that
he was turned in. She was asking me.
Yeah, back off.
Shut your
Al.
mouth. No. You
Go
can't
sit.
I
Go
am
sit down.
sitting. Back off.
Go sit down somewhere.
I think
Just answer the question, Kens.
I think he was turned into a sea slug
Okay.
by something, maybe a Cthulhu monster. I don't know.
Cool.
Definitely Cthulhu.
Cthulhu power zones. Woo.
Good job.
The Eclipse. No, okay.
What do you think, Caitlin? What do you guys think?
I'm stuck between that and like he was always.
Has always been a sea slug.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like a creature from another dimension.
You know, possibly. I'm sliding more towards that, but
I could see it.
I like the idea that he has always been a sea slug, and the more he talks to people, the more he like can project images in their head of him being a human,
Okay.
and that's how he got his nice maid redacted name at his house, and he's just
What do you think her name is? Miss Fanny?
Donna.
Donna. Miss Donna Fanny.
Donna Fanny.
Hello, Donna.
All right, so his maid, Miss Donna Fanny. I feel as though she's just been with him, like over the time, like he's just
What
been
if
hiding. Like
maybe. What if she's a monster? Not a monster, but like a weird.
she died. I feel like she was a
eldritch
victim.
being. Maybe.
I think she has something to do with it.
I would be
though.
more curious with her interviews than the sea slugs, because imagine her interviews have a little scary twist to them. Like, I slowly started to lose my freaking mind, and now I have 3 brain tumors because of this sea slug.
That's how she
I
got-
wish that they would have had more on her too. I feel like she
Yeah.
kind of got,
got shafted, but I mean,
Exactly.
it's like it's a scientific foundation.
SCP Wiki.
Scientific.
SCP
Science.
Wiki is open source. You can go ahead and try and write your own things. You submit them.
Yeah, you could. You could write your
approval.
own mythos if you really wanted
I'm
to.
probably going to
Because
go there.
people have.
Oh, yeah. No, that's how all of them got there, though. It's like they're just individuals.
It's like that, but like people have written stories about them too. Like there's a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
really good ones out there, but like this is definitely one I think deserves more story.
yeah,
you
no,
know.
there's so much potential
That's
there.
why I really like it.
History
like,
up
it
to
could-
1910.
Yeah,
You can put out some
Darwin
real good.
and all that stuff. I feel like it could be.
What if you
I would
used
read a
Darwin?
book on it.
Definitely.
All right. Caitlin, you want to share yours?
Oh,
You have
got-
one?
She has one about a black spoon or bowl.
sure.
Like what?
We reviewed about it while you went to the potty.
It's pretty.
Why you gotta call it the potty? It's the peepus room.
It's the peepus room.
It's because
What
of
the
our
hell?
work. It's because of the daycare. Everything's potty and pee-pee. Pee-pee time.
No, it's potty time.
Potty
It's
time.
potty time.
I go back and
refuse-
forth.
I refuse to say pee pee.
Fucking kill me. That just. I can't even.
Hey,
with
Ken,
that.
you got an ouchie?
Ouchie.
Ouchie? You,
Ouchie boo-boo.
you got a little boo boo? You
Owie?
hurt?
Oh my
Where you
God.
hurt? You need a hug?
All right.
Huh.
So mine is SCP-1404, and it is
number.
classified as safe. So another safe one like
Another
yours.
safe one.
My name's
Safe ones are the cool ones. JK.
Yeah,
They can have humor in them.
Egg salad. Egg
Salad.
salad. Exactly. Egg
Is
salad.
it egg salad? What?
It's another.
We'll close up the podcast
Okay.
right goddamn
All right.
now.
So, anywho, SCP-1404 is placed on a table in a standard containment cell. At least once a day, SCP-1404 is observed by an available staff member for no less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
So,
So just-
SCP...
That's like the most
Just 5.
rigorous, like, freaking, like, I really want to look at it, but they only give me 5 fucking minutes. I hate them. I hate them at this
Their eyes are
establishment.
super bloodshot because they can't blink or look away for those 5 minutes.
Fuck!
My life
I love
sucks.
this. I don't know what it is.
Wait, are these D-class personnel or just people that work for the Foundation?
They don't just specify. It's just people who work.
Okay,
It just says staff member.
That's a shitty job.
It's an awful job.
Yeah. SCP-1404 consists of 2 items. A 715 milliliter seemingly ceramic black bowl, measuring 15 centimeters in diameter and 7 centimeters high, and a seemingly stainless steel spoon, 16 centimeters in length.
Schmear.
Schmear.
I can hardly understand
Bagel
you.
schmear. Neither bear any marks indicating location or date of manufacture. So they basically just look like a normal
unmarked
It's just
bowls.
a spoon and bowl.
Homemade
Exactly.
On a
bowls
table.
from a hobbyist.
So why would you think anything weird would happen with them? I would eat my
So what
freaking
did they
I
cereal.
don't know. I accidentally
soup.
mixed my Kellogg's with rum.
All right, we're gonna
okay.
keep going. If at any time either object is placed in an orientation that is not standard eating placement, it will slowly write itself into that position by means not yet understood.
I would
It's
so
a
much enjoy
fucking ghost.
that. Just a
A
ghost.
spoon that was accidentally thrown away is coming back to life.
Opens up the trash can lid.
Once upright, both items will slide into the direction of the nearest table-like surface by the most efficient path at a speed of 20 meters per hour. Pretty slow,
That
but
is-
yet fast for a spoon.
And a
Yeah.
bowl.
And a bowl.
Like,
I'm just
is it-
imagining people just watching. Oh my god, it's fucking moving.
If I was
Greg, come here.
Look at it.
if I was honestly them, I'd be like, let's fly down to the desert. Let's put it in a desert and see what it finds. Freaking starts submerging into the sand. Bedrock is the closest thing.
Yeah. If there's no direction path to a table, both objects will attempt to go through obstacles by rubbing against them.
Oh god.
I don't know why this
Some
is so
kinky
funny.
boons and bowls.
Hey there, man.
What is it doing? It's like grinding against the wall. Okay.
Just gotta rub one out.
Causing damage consistent with the constant friction, but with no effect to the objects themselves. SCP-1404 has also been observed sliding up and down walls, accessing
yeah.
ventilation systems. Yeah, that's not okay. Dropping from heights of 30 meters without damage to either object when reaching a table. They will slide up the legs or sides of the table until the bowl comes to the rest. Sunny
10
centimeters from the closest edge. Centered along the tables with the spoon will halt once it is at 6 centimeters to the right of the bowl, perpendicular to the closest edge. Over the course of 5 minutes, the bowl will slowly fill the milk through an unknown means. Right?
Milk shows up in the fucking... Okay, this job actually sounds pretty lit. You see, like, fucking spoons and bowls climbing up fucking table
No,
legs
first
and
they
shit.
bail off a 30 meter cliff, just hiya, and then they crawl up the table and they're like, milk.
I would bring
Get your protein in, girl.
Vitamin D.
It's like, Jesus, this bowl is extreme.
I would
20 meters an hour.
time lapse this.
Paul, come here and watch this shit. Holy fuck.
I'd laugh at it.
I'm just imagining at the very end, once they do it, there's gonna be some, like, they're just found in some, like, rednecks, whatchamajigger. Yeah, Cletus found this, and he just, like, saw it. It's filling itself up again. Ball, I'm gonna dump it out. Dumps out, puts it on the table. It's filling up again.
What the fuck? Okay, keep going.
So, when placed in a sealed transparent case, air pressure was observed to rise, showing that the milk is entering the bowl from an unknown external source. Once the milk
Jesus.
reaches 472 milliliters, serial alphabet letters will rise from the milk and spell
That's
a
like the grossest
phrase.
cereal. Come on.
It spells out a phrase, though. Go on.
Why not Honey Nut Cheerios?
No,
Okay.
we need alphabet. I need all my letters. I don't want to be ooh. I want to be some.
Cereal says ooh.
Each phrase is vague in its meaning, but they are consistently negative and unusually threatening.
You gonna die.
Unusually threatening, sometimes referring to we, if before, though with
It's the
a
bowl and
different
the spoon.
phrase of a similar content. If a single letter is removed, it is replaced within 10 seconds. unhindered phrases will remain exactly 24 hours. Shit. At which point the letters simultaneously sink out of sight. Within 30 seconds, a new phrase will emerge. It is unknown if SCP-1404 has a limited number of phrases. As it does repeat itself often, some phrases, however, have been observed only once.
Please don't make me jump off the 30-meter cliff again.
I'm ready to hear what the phrases might be. Like, so you won't die today.
Logging of messages has revealed no discernible pattern.
Jake dab on the potatoes.
Got milk.
That's what just says constantly. Got milk.
Got milk.
Got milk.
Got fucking milk.
F off cereal.
Got lactose? No. Testing on milk showed it to be cow's milk. 1% fat content.
Shit, the worst milk.
2%.
Yes.
Go 2% or nothing.
We got 1% in the fridge right now, Alec.
Back off. It was against my agreement.
Okay.
With no anomalous properties, cereal proved to be identical to blank cereal recipe. And also proved unremarkable.
Alphabet cereal.
Class D personnel compelled to ingest cereal and milk showed no adverse effect. No samples could be taken from SCP-1404 itself as an object appeared to be unbreakable, even at a molecular level. The actual age of the objects is unknown, though based on their style and apparent method of manufacture, they are no more than 50 years old.
Nice.
Objects maintain a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. Both are seemingly unaffected by laws of thermodynamics.
So I get a constant chilled cereal every time?
Exactly.
I like that sound.
I'm here for that.
So if it is separated from SCP-1404, both cereal and milk lose any anomalous characteristics. SCP-1404 does not appear to be sentient. Attempts to communicate with SCP-1404 include verbal address to both bowl and spoon, radio wave transmission.
Fucking talk, damn it!
I am broadcasting radio to you. Do you hear me?
And in addition of cereal letters have met with no results.
Oh, they're putting other cereal letters in it to talk to it?
So if left unobserved by human eyes for more than 24 hours, SCP-1404 will migrate to the nearest table in a populated area, as seen with its arrival in the staff cafeteria.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it just arrived in their cafeteria one day?
After the object is bored through
somebody has to be watching it for 24 hours, and then it just goes to the nearest table. Or attempts to go to the nearest table.
I heard if you don't look at it for 24 hours. That's why they have one person show up and look at it for 5 minutes each day. Like, okay, I get it. It says "fuck you" again. I get it. You hate me.
So
I don't like you either.
If it's not getting its daily attention, it goes on to the next. Yeah.
So it's just a passive aggressive,
just a little bowl of milk.
Passive aggressive fortune cookie cereal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
I like the idea that it can't hurt you.
Okay, so what happens after if it doesn't go to the nearest place?
So if it doesn't find anything,
it rubs on walls, Kens. It gets itself off.
Shut up. Let Caitlin talk.
So if it gets doesn't have that attention, or if it gets bored, as it says, through its steel container and the wall of storage area 8. For this reason, containment in a storage area is unadvised to do possible damage. So basically, it just kind of stops and just whatever becomes normal cereal.
I would like to eat the cereal, even though it sounds kind of bland and shitty. Like, I don't want a cereal that tells me to go fuck myself. So, I mean,
yeah, it just kind of goes around just to seek attention, just wants someone to notice and freak out and run
poor
away.
Cereal, it just needs love.
And then once...
It just wants to freaking swear at people, I feel like.
That's what I want.
Once it's done and doesn't get the attention that it wants anymore, or it's just like, well, you guys are boring now. It's just, all right, playtime is over.
I'm done. Bye.
It's like a glorious internet troll.
I thought it was pretty funny. It was just, it's cute in a way, but it's also kind of like, ew.
It's kind of like, okay, like,
oh dear God.
The fuck is this cereal bowl squaring at me? Alright. Do you want to go next, or?
Oh no, I got my thick lizard next.
The thick lizard?
Yeah, it's not. That's not his actual name. It's 682.
Oh, that's one everyone knows though.
Yeah, okay. But that was the one that popped up in the thing. Want me to skip the thick lizard? Fun thing about the thick lizard.
I thought it was 1862.
No, it's 682.
682.
Yeah, no, 682.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's supposed to be kept in a 5x5x5 brick filled with hydrochloric acid. I'll leave you with that. If you're actually curious about him, you can look him up.
It's Godzilla.
It's Godzilla, pretty much. It's a very thick, hairy lizard.
And he just, he can't die. That was his whole thing, right?
Yeah, he can't die. They haven't found a way to kill him. They put other SCPs against him. Literally, freaking SCP fight arena kind of a thing. And they're like, oh, shit. He win again. Because they're looking for a way to kill him, I guess.
What a great, shady government organization. Let's just hold an SCP fight club.
Because they did that once, and it almost killed him, but he lived, and he actually grew resistant to the other SCP. So they decided that they're currently pending approval on another SCP to try and fight him. To win.
Lovely.
But they've just been testing it on, small matters of his flesh.
It's like the Hulk movie. Where they make another Hulk.
Yeah, they make a Hulk to fight the Hulk.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So, they just hold him in a vat of acid now, right?
Yeah, unless he's escaped. I don't know whether or not he's escaped or not right now. Because he is tried to escape and failed 12 times. He's tried to escape and succeeded 6 times. So he's got roughly a 1/3 chance of...
Is it sentient?
Yeah, he's sentient. He talks.
Cool.
He talks to you. And that's why it's a lot of people's worst fears. Because whenever I forget the SCP that they put him against. Is the one that crystallizes and blows up.
Oh, yeah.
And kills people. But they put that against him, and he said he's going to eat and devour. Just eat. I was going to say eat and devour. Eat and devour everyone who was in the planning of doing that to him.
I mean,
and I imagine
valid if somebody was like, hey, we're going to hold an SCP fight club. Go and fight this SCP, and I lived. I'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty pissed. I'm going to come after all of y'all. So... I feel it.
All of you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much a dick.
I'm here for the thick lizard.
He
just seems like he's been fucked over.
Way too many times.
Oh yeah.
Countless times.
So you want to see the guy? You want to hear about the guy that's pending approval to fight him next?
Yeah, I actually want to hear about this guy that's pending approval to enter the fight club.
All right.
Your smile, Ken.
Fight club. So in the left corner, thick lizard. In the right corner, porcelain doll.
What? Wait.
SCP-689. Let's do this thing.
Porcelain doll.
Doll. Statue. I like to call them dolls.
Okay,
makes him sound less threatening.
It's an action figure.
Back the hell off. He's G.I. Joe. He's got guns.
He's got kung fu grip. Okay, tell us about porcelain doll.
Porcelain doll, 689 class Keter. He's contained a large concrete chamber equipped with high-intensity sodium iodide lights. Really specific. I guess it's the wavelength they're after. But these lights must be wired to a separate redundant circuit such that 689 is brightly illuminated at all times. And at least 3 personnel on duty at all times within the facility. 2 Class D inside the chamber and 1 level 2 or higher in the operator station outside the chamber. The operator must be either completely blind or fitted with the visored helmet sufficient to block all vision, which must not be removed for the duration of the shift.
Wait.
Yes, we're talking about blind operators. We need blind people to watch this thing.
We need blind people with guns to watch this thing. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
That's
in the Class D, keep in mind, the 2 Class D in the chamber with the porcelain doll.
They're the ones with the...
They have to keep eye contact with the thing at all times. And this isn't the guy that goes...
So this thing's fucking strobe lighting and raving and shit.
No, it's not strobe lights. Just sodium iodide lights. They're just really bright fucking lights. All right. Yeah. No,
meanwhile, people outside have visors that they can't see out of at all with guns.
You're gonna learn. Okay. You're gonna learn why.
Okay.
And they don't need guns because they're gonna.
Are you sure about that?
Fast forward in time a little bit. They're gonna be able to execute the Class D personnel just in case.
Well, I mean, yeah, but this is a government organization. Right. They have to have guns.
But yeah.
You can't be that without a gun.
Yeah. But yeah, the Class D personnel inside the chamber don't have guns.
Okay.
Back off. Calm down.
Fucked right now. You can't be that without a gun.
I can't stop poking my ear and
Okay, calm down. Okay. Keep going on.
The 2 Class D observers must be between them. Must keep the Class 6 They must keep the 689 between them at all times. They can blink and all that stuff, but they cannot look away. All right? Do not look away from 689.
Look at me.
Break your eyes.
For any reason,
Stare at it forever.
if for any reason their observations broken from 689, both of theirs, they're going to be executed by the guy outside with a blind visor. They have little blow up collars on them, and boom, blow them up, kill them.
Okay, so that's just like pressing a button. Okay,
Yep,
valid. Valid. Okay, I understand.
They
It's
come
not that
remote-
like just shooting wildly into the room. You're gonna fucking die today.
The guy with
Just
the blind visor
spraying the
walks
whole
in.
room with
You see
your
the guy.
gun.
You see the door open. The guy wearing a visor. He's completely blind with like an M16. Just, I'm gonna spray down. Please let me hit you.
Don't move.
Don't move. He's got a little clicker to hear them. But yeah, no. So yeah. If SCP-689 has not left the chamber at any time, retrieval teams consisting of blind or visor personnel equipped with echolocators along with Class D observers must be dispatched to the location at all personnel to have essentially grab them up, put them back in the room, and have the people who caught them stare at them more. All right, because you have to stare at them.
So like, if you don't want to kill him, you just make him stare at him more.
You just make them stare at them. Yeah.
Okay.
But if they observe them, they break eye contact, you kill them.
Okay.
All
So
right.
if they run away, it's fine.
Remember, this is what's going to fight the thick lizard.
Okay. So what the fuck does it do?
Ass
No,
lizard.
we're going to description.
I'm ready for that thick lizard.
I only want thick ass, not thick ass lizard. I just want that thick ass on a lizard.
All right. So this is a green soapstone doll, 30 centimeters of height.
Wait. We've heard about this before, haven't we?
Yes.
Oh shit.
There's
Okay.
a mod. There's a mod in Gary's mod for this dude.
Oh, okay, keep going.
But yeah, it's not important. He looks like a thing. He looks like a thing from the underworld.
Okay.
German archaeological expeditions, area India
Some
found him.
Nazis.
Yep, Nazis. 689 is completely inert, whatnot. So he acts like a normal porcelain doll.
So it's just like a fucking
Soapstone
weird
doll.
soapstone doll
Yep.
that's like really tiny
Yep.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah,
Why are dolls
no
so
consistent
creepy?
cause of death has been found.
Society.
But essentially what happens is you look at him. If you look at him and you break eye contact and you try and look back to see him, he will disappear. No one knows where he goes. He'll disappear. And then about 15 to 20 seconds later, whoever previously viewed him and disappeared to, they will die of natural causes. Sometimes it's just a heart attack. Sometimes it's a stroke. Sometimes all their internal organs blow up. I mean...
So it's like a
That
more
sounds natural.
epic version of SCP-173.
Yep. More epic.
Cooler.
And so the doll appears on top of them.
Lovely.
Little-
I'm here for this.
Yes.
Just a random like little thing on top of your head, like,
Yep.
oh, hello.
So yep, no, it's completely random. So if multiple people see him and look
Hello.
away, we don't know who it's gonna go to if one disappears.
Oh, shit.
Which is why they kill the people when they see him and look away, because they're like, we gotta stop him. We gotta make sure it's you that it appears on top of.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So that's kind of why, because it causes chain reactions. But yeah, no, they
Sounds like a
proposed,
life for life.
Yeah.
Or,
and the proposed fight plan for 682 for this to make sure that the soapstone appears on top of the thick lizard is. They're gonna have two Class D personnel transport it into the thick lizard box filled with hydrochloric acid. I imagine drained for the Class D personnel. You're gonna have a blind
No,
visor.
not drain. They're just gonna put them in there and see what happens.
Push them in. No.
And shake it.
No, but they have to make sure that
Shake
they have to
around.
make sure the doll is in there with them. They're gonna keep the lights on. They're gonna bring the two Class D personnel in them, and they're gonna try and keep the 682 on the other side. Then they're gonna have a blind visor person come in, blow them up, leave with the 682 and the porcelain doll in there, and then they're gonna flicker on and off the lights until 682
That's so
kills them.
They're gonna
Complicated.
flicker
I don't
on and off the
understand.
lights.
Why does it have to be so complicated?
Well, because
Wow,
they don't.
it's kind of like
No,
our
no, no.
government when they try to solve
No, they
problems.
don't want it. They don't want the doll though to appear to like one of the Class D personnel.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
I understand they're in the room, but they don't want it to be like a chain reaction. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well,
why.
I guess like if you look at it, then you look away. The other person looks at it, looks away. It could like disappear
like if other
to
people,
wherever.
yeah, if other people see them going into the room with
Yeah.
the doll, I imagine it could get outside the room
Yeah.
because they don't know how it moves. It is on
Appears
top
out
of a
of
dead
nowhere.
body full of ruptured organs.
Ew.
Yeah.
So that's the proposed fight plan. I mean, come on, cast your votes to the SCP Wiki. I want to see this fight happen.
I want to read that story
I
about the thick lizard
The thick lizard fighting the porcelain, the soapstone doll.
fighting the soapstone doll. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That was pretty good.
That was awesome.
Post-fight plan. Put the doll
Story
in
of
the
the
room.
night.
Shoot.
Strobe the lights on and off. See what happens.
Wait for it.
And what's fun is the big thick lizards, they'll talk to you the entire time while doing it. So you'll provide good documentary on it. You could like shoutcasting the entire thing.
Do you think they're gonna put it up on Twitch?
Do it. Freaking do it. Alright.
Welcome to SCP Flight Club.
I'd watch.
Oh my god. I'm so ready for this. I'm ready for Thick Lizard versus Soapstone Doll.
I need a t-shirt with that.
Soapstone Doll versus Thick Lizard.
Exactly. Yeah. Seriously, I need that.
That's so good. Alright, here's mine. SCP-804. Yes, I'm sure.
Alright.
World Without Man.
What?
World Without Man.
Yes.
I want man in my world.
SCP-804. Object Class. Keter.
God, quit doing the dangerous ones. I mean, I did all the dangerous ones.
We did a couple safe ones. We did Keters. I don't think we ever did Euclids, but we'll get to that. Special containment procedures. Until such time as SCP-804 is found to be without any memetic effect, it is to remain in its original location at the former site of blank, redacted, Alaska.
Alaska.
It's in Alaska.
Head north.
I was about to say the same thing as you, and then I heard Alaska. I'm like, shit. It's Alaska.
What were you going to say?
No, same thing that he said.
Okay.
It's in your kitchen. It's in your attic.
So it's in Alaska, where exposure is to the elements prevents its reactivation. At a 30 meter by 30 meter camouflage tarp is to be maintained over 804, and facilities for armed guards and testing are to be maintained 130 meters from its location. Trespassers are to be treated with Class A amnesiacs and returned to the nearest town of Data Expunged.
I just like the idea this tower keeps getting new people. Like, they're just gassed up and silly.
Yeah. Woo! Fun times! Or they are to be terminated at the discretion of on-site security. So if they just don't like you, they're gonna shoot you.
This guy showed up wearing a fedora. I kind of want to shoot him. Do it. I don't care.
The way I can fire you is by killing you.
Honestly,
no, these are just random people that like just show up for some reason.
If they're like wandering through the woods and they
like it's like, you know, Area 51, you know, Groom Lake. Like if you go too far past like the certain security point, they can legally shoot you. It's like that.
I understand, but yet don't understand.
I understand, but also that's stupid.
Please, if your government puts up boundaries, please do not cross them.
Please don't. We don't want you to die.
Especially if it's for stupid reasons. Like, I think there's UFOs. Like, don't die.
There's probably not UFOs, but like, if you really, really, really believe it in your heart of hearts that there is,
there's another way.
We're not responsible for your death.
No, but there's always another way.
Hopefully.
That's what YouTube's
Get abducted. Speak to the aliens. Anyway, okay. In the event of SCP-804 being approached or seized by a hostile armed force, contingency 804X is to be executed. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm assuming that they're just going to blow up the world. Anyway. Description. SCP-804 is the remains of an art installation titled World Without Man, revealed sometime in the 2000s by a defunct artist group, Unalmat Parismata.
You tried.
Malismata.
You're still trying.
Whoa.
I did pretty good. According to the documentation retrieved and deleted from the artist's website during cleanup procedures, SCP-804 was originally a large, clear globe of the Earth with several smaller globes and a video equipment within it. Promotional material on the website implied that the globe was to display images of pastoral wilderness untouched by mankind, contrasted with visuals of abandoned human industry and decaying landmarks. Upon activation, before a small audience of prominent environmental activists and artists from the nearby community of Data Expunged.
Alaska.
No.
I will import Alaska.
They fucking moved it to Alaska. Anyway. SCP-804 began to display destructive properties. We can only speculate if the device's output was intentional or not, as those involved in its construction perished during the incident or have gone into hiding. While the globes within SCP-804 rotate, all man-made artifacts within approximately 100 meters begin to rapidly deteriorate until completely disintegrated. The effect applies to anything ranging from machinery to buildings, clothing, plastics, synthetic chemicals, compounds, and any tools more complex than a sharpened stick of wood.
I like the idea now because there's a bunch of bodyguards out there like guarding it with like the little cloth. Like the cloth clearly made of leaves and just like random ropes now. But I'm just imagining these people guarding it are wearing loincloths or like.
But like, okay, here's the
bear
thing:
furs.
it's not activated right now, so it's not moving. Like they moved it to that place because the ice makes it not move.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, so
I still like the idea of them guarding with sharp sticks. Like I'll stab you if you get too close.
okay, so the effect grows stronger the closer you get to it. So like the closer you get to it, the more that the stuff will degrade. Human tissue is also affected at a slower rate of decay, causing victims to become emaciated as they lose body mass, leading up to the collapse of the skeleton and death, with the body swiftly breaking down into component matter shortly thereafter. Excuse me. Non-human life... Oh my god. Non-human life is completely unaffected. Persons who escape the area of effect experience symptoms similar to prolonged starvation, but can be returned to full health with proper care. So... it's not known why 804 does this, and it's not known why 804 is not affected by this. All they know is that we need to keep it contained and make sure it doesn't move. Yeah. So that's why they put it up in the random part of Alaska.
I'm happy it's
Alaska's a safe place. Not a lot is going on there.
Antarctica would be better, but by the time we caught on to the fact it's activated again, we couldn't get to it.
Yeah, and they also, like... They also don't know if it has some kind of mental compulsion on it. So, like, if it does start moving, people will just start gravitating towards it and dying.
Because that would be bad. It'd be like us wandering towards, like, one of those, like, lamps that they used to zap bugs.
Yeah, basically. That's basically what it is. It's a bug lamp.
I dig it. I like it a lot.
I want to touch it. Kaylin, do you have one? Well, what are your thoughts on World Without Man?
I'd be very depressed during it.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Fun fact for you. The thing that it's based off of, it's actually based off a measuring device that they use in Antarctica to, like, measure... I don't know if they use it to measure, like, temperature, or if they use it to measure, like, sunlight or something. Mm-hmm. But, like, the people that work down in Antarctica in those science places, they use it. So that's what it looks like. It looks like a weird, like, measuring device.
Oh.
Looks like a globe. It's very cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We'll have to upload that.
Yes.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's pretty interesting.
SCPs are really cool. There's a lot of different ones out there that you can look at, and like
it's an endless list. That's for
sure.
It
really is an endless list.
It's pretty close to it.
Pretty close to an endless list.
There's openings though in like the newer series that they're releasing now, like the 4000. So if you want to submit your own SCPs, you can. Though they highly suggest, because they have actually a little guide on their forums, and like what makes a good SCP versus a bad SCP. Because what we just showed you is quite a few, I think, good SCPs. There's quite a few bad ones too.
I mean. Yeah, there's definitely quite a few bad ones. At least like in the most recent list, there's quite a few bad ones. I don't know.
Because they get filtered out.
Yeah, they get filtered out.
So
thankfully.
It's usually the good ones stick around the longest.
Yeah, and there's also like you can always write stories on them and stuff. So like, I mean, it's kind of fan fiction, but kind of not. And there's definitely quite a few good ones out there.
It's like a thick group collab.
Thick.
2 C's like the lizard.
Yeah, there's like fandoms and all that stuff, and it's a very good community. They have a great time, and it's very interesting, all the stuff that they come up with. I don't know. Oh, yeah. It just reminds me of the Men in Black, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're ever bored and don't know what to do with yourself, just
after you're done
go find an SCP.
Podcast. Yeah, if you're done watching this podcast, go check out the SCP Wiki. Do it really late at night so you get spooked.
Yeah.
Just like put on the filter, like I want to look at Euclid and above, like danger
I want to get fucked up at 3 a.m.
Talk about the guy. If you even look at a picture of him, he ends up screaming and running through your house walls and crap and getting you.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that's a cool guy.
The guy. Anyway, this has been Third Wheeln. Tell us in the comments below your favorite SCPs and other SCPs that we should check out. Maybe we'll turn this into a series. We don't know.
Yeah. Help us out and we'll help you out.
Exactly.
Scratch your back and we'll scratch yours.
Exactly. So, as always, love your lamp, shoot the gap. We'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye.